So here in Matthew 22, this is a very controversial topic because people will say we only have 2 commandments and that there is only 2 because Yehoshua said what the 2 greatest were. Now let's start in verse 35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Rabbi, which is the greatest commandment in the Torah? Yehoshua said unto him, You shall love Yahuwah Eloheka with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and the great commandment. So this is the first of them, of the greatest. And he goes, and the second is like unto you. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments hang all the Torah and the prophets. So he did not say there was only 2, or that these were the only ones you need to follow. He said all the Torah will hang on these because if you love Yahuwah and love your neighbor, you won't steal from your neighbor, you won't lie to your neighbor, and you'll obey the Torah of Yahuwah. It's like a father into a child. Now the second commandment would be very harsh for me, because loving your neighbor as yourself always is a hard thing, but it's what we're commanded to do. Now I have brothers, and with my brothers we fight, we argue, and it's always hard to love them as yourself. But it's required of us to love our neighbors as ourselves, and that is the biggest thing for me. Is I don't always love my brothers as myself. Now, everybody is your neighbor, whether it's your physical neighbor, like next door, or somebody you're walking by the street. Everyone is your neighbor. You're supposed to love everyone as yourself, no matter who they are, no matter what they do. You're supposed to love them as you love yourself. If they're hungry and you eat, you would want to eat. You would want to feed them because they are hungry. Because when you are hungry, you would eat. Or when you're thirsty, you drink. So if they're thirsty, give them drink. No matter if you hate them, no matter if they're their enemies that hate you, no matter what they are, you're supposed to love them with everything. Every part of your being, you're supposed to love them as yourself. And if you love yourself, you will love other people. So remember that you must love the other people as yourself. And it's something I'm trying to work on now, loving my brother. Both my brothers. We fight, we have infighting. It is something brothers do. They argue, but we're required to love each other as ourselves. So guys, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and today's a Shabbat day. I hope you guys have a blessed Shabbat, and Shabbat Shalom.